So Andy and I went to see a Chicago tribute band not too long ago. Leona and Friends are really cool. While we were there, we ended up seeing randomly probably like 20 to 25 different people.
Walking right up to us like, hey, are you guys Andy and Alex? Getting pictures. Like, it was really cool.
We've been asked a bunch to do something like that, so we're finally doing it. We're doing our first official meet and greet. It's going to be Wednesday, April 27th.
The Who is playing a show that day. We already have our tickets. We hope to see a lot of you guys there at the show.
But if you don't have tickets, you can still hang out with us. It's going to be 4:30 at Cigar City Cider and Mead. They're a really awesome place. Great drinks. It's actually where Andy and I used to hang out while we were in college. We hope to see a lot of you there. So if you want to come see it, a link in the description for some more information. Go to Instagram. If you have any questions, ask us. But with that, on to the video. Okay, guys, hope you're having a great day as well as a great life.
Stole my thunder.
Well, I stole it because you're wearing that.
And my dignity. I feel like a kid who just went to like the first day of high school, like wearing a ridiculous outfit, but like my mom picked it out for me, and I'm like, it was my mom. It wasn't even my idea. But then like I come home like I'm like sobbing my eyes out.
Yeah. We also are having
worth a shot.
Worth a shot. If you notice the sound of airplanes flying by, it's because we are next to apparently some big air show. So
unless our sound setup is so good that the noise gate didn't even catch it.
It's true. Maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. Because we can definitely hear it. That being said, we're about to do Supper's Ready. Now, we're taking a long intro because this is a long song.
Yeah, it's a long time. We're taking it casual with this. We're not in a rush. We're not in a rush. Like, we got this song first suggested in bulk like probably 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Forgot all about it and spent the last 1 year talking about it, going, yeah, it's on the docket. We're going to hit it. It's coming.
Yeah. Finally, it's here.
This is a grand time. This is a 23-minute song. This is like in the vein of 2112, Echoes, all the great epics. And this is from Genesis, one of the foundational prog bands of the genre. So
yeah. So I have two requests. Two requests from you guys. First request: if you are not prepared for the length of this song to enjoy this experience with us, just click off. Come back when you're ready. Get some tea next to you.
Yeah, and you need to be serious, committed, and dedicated, and just no nonsense. You have to be here with us wholeheartedly, or just click off the video. This is a whole thing.
It's a whole thing.
Also, if you get to the end of the video, at the end of the song portion at least, you have to subscribe and comment and like and do something, because you can't just be a total freeloader. You know, like this is like seems like a 25-30 minute video, probably a 30-minute video.
Yeah.
This is a lot. You got to show up.
It's facts. That was actually gonna be my number 2.
Pay your dues.
Pay your dues.
That was your number 2.
That was my number 2. I'll have to find a new one at the end of the song.
We got all of our points covered. This I'm seriously excited.
All right. Okay. All right. Everyone settle in. Grab your popcorn.
1972 from Foxtrot, their album.
Let's do it.
Walking across the sitting room, I turn the television off. Sitting beside you, I look into your eyes as the sound of motor cars fades in the nighttime. I swear I saw your face change. It didn't seem quite right, and it's hello, babe, with your guardian hair so blue. Hey, my baby, don't you know our love is true? Coming closer with our eyes, a distance falls around our bodies. Out in the garden, the moon seems very bright. 6 saintly shrouded men move across the lawn slowly. The 7th walks in front with a cross held high in hand, and it's, hey babe, your supper's waiting for you. Hey my baby, don't you know our love is true? I've been so far from here, far from your warm arms. It's good to feel you again. It's been a long, long time. Harvest. I know a fireman who looks after the Can't you see his food? Yes, he's here again. Can't you see his food you owe? Sharing his peace, sign the lease. He's a supersonic scientist. He's a guaranteed eternal sanctuary man. Look into my mouth, he cried. And all the children lost on many paths. I bet my life you'll walk inside, hand in hand, land in land, with a spoonful of miracles. He's a guaranteed eternal sanctuary. Wearing feelings on our faces, what our faces took a rest. We walked across the fields to see the children of the West. We saw a host of dark-skinned warriors standing still below the ground. Waiting for battle. Fights begun, they've been released, killing for peace. Wandering in the chaos the battle has left, we climb up the mountain of human flesh to a plateau of green grass and green trees full of life. A young figure sits still by a pool. He's been stamped human bacon by some butchery tool. He is you. Social security took care of this lad. We watch in reverence as Narcissus is turned to a flower. A flower? If you go down to Willow Farm to look for butterflies, flutterbys, gutterflies, open your eyes, it's full of surprise. Everyone lies like the fox on the rocks. And the musical box. Oh, there's mom and dad and good and bad, and everyone's happy to be here. There's Winston Churchill dressed in drag. He used to be a British flag. Plastic bag, what a drag.
So Pink Floyd.
The folk was a prince. The prince was a brick. The brick was an egg. The egg was a bird.
I'll raise you sweet little thing, I'll hug your tail.
And you heard.
Protect you to a human being.
Yes, we're happy as fish and gorgeous as geese and wonderfully clean in the morning. We've got everything. We're growing everything. We've got some in, we've got some out. We've got some wild things floating about. Everyone, we're changing everyone. You name them all, we've had them here. And the real stars are still to appear. Feel your body melt.
Man to man to man.
To dad, dad in the office, dad in the office. You're all full of balls. Dad to dad,
To dom to mom. Mom diddly washing, mom diddly washing.
you're all full of balls. Let me hear your lies. We're living this up to the eyes. Mama, I want you now. And as you listen to my voice, to look for hidden doors, tidy floors, more applause. You've been here all the time. Like it or not, like what you got, you're under the soil.
Oh, wow, that groove.
Is deep in the soil. So we'll end with a whistle and end with a bang, and all of us fit in our places. bandits. Hey, babe, with your guardian eyes so blue. Hey, my baby, don't you know our love is true? I've been so far from here, far from your loving arms. Now I'm back again. I'm maybe it's gonna work out fine. Can't you feel our souls ignite? Shedding ever-changing colors in the darkness of the fading night. Like the river joins the ocean as the germ in the sea grows. We finally be freed to get back home. There's an angel standing in the sun, and he's crying with a loud voice. This is the supper of the mighty one, Lord of lords, King of kings, has returned to lead his children home, to take them to the new Jerusalem.
Oh my God.
Dude,
What pure spectacle.
fading out with an atmospheric
Boom,
groove.
gada da boom, ga, tss, da boom, gada da boom, ga.
You hear like vocals in the back, like pointing the direction.
Like that was spectacular. It literally
Oh
was a
my
spectacle of like music. This is a cornucopia of sonic wonderment.
There's so much here, so
Yeah.
much to unpack. I have so many thoughts.
Okay, I want to hear your thoughts. Should we rate it first?
We can, but I mean, I could spoil it for you. Like, if we were gonna do a countdown, my rating was gonna be no rating, like NR, like a new rating. There's just no way, because there are S tier moments scattered through here.
Yeah.
There's so much to say about the transitions, like the thing as a whole, how it all comes together, and I just don't feel like there's an appropriate rating that I could give to where I could back it up. Like, whether I rate it S tier, A, B, like anything, whether I rate it whatever, I don't think I can properly have cohesive thoughts as to why I picked that rating.
That's fair.
If that makes sense. I just
This
don't
is
know.
a lot. Like
There's
this
so
is
much.
this is a lot. And you're right, it is a lot to unpack because it's just so many individual moments of greatness and so much chaos and so much energy that they throw into this that borderline it's a little disturbing. I'm like,
there's
how did you do
frail
that?
moments, and then there's like the triumphant, bombastic moments. I feel like throughout this entire song, like a reoccurring like feeling that I got was almost as if there was like a horror movie,
Yeah.
and the killer, this super like seemingly on the surface, like to the main protagonist or the main theme of the movie, like evil character essentially, and feeling like it's going into like almost like their internal, at the end of the day, reflection, almost like looking back on like childhood memories of how they are there, and then it shows like these somber, warm, comforting moments of like their childhood, and then it shows like the dark things that creep in to make them how they ended up how they are. Like, you know how it like really like how it had these dips where it almost like brought everything down and it went really silent, and it had like
It felt like a stage play.
just exactly almost like a drama.
Yeah.
And I feel like with progressive epics in this caliber, there seems to be kind of two paths that bands seem to go on. Either they get a collection of like, let's say like 3 to 5 songs or like ideas and join them together. They're all having the similar theme. It's a concept song essentially. And then there's one where they kind of start to finish. It's all one cohesive idea, not really change ups where it feels like it's a new song per se.
Yeah.
And this is definitely, the latter where it feels like a couple different songs mixed together. I mean, it does come back around at the end towards like a lot of the motifs at the beginning, and then throughout it, almost kind of like through the Quadrophenia, the Who album, how like there's like reoccurring themes like through the album. It feels kind of like that.
One of the
different ideas.
One of the themes that I think I found from this, and it actually is a word you touched on, was frailty.
Yeah.
And you hear it in the voice. Specifically, the moment I realized it, or that I felt like it, was the pan flute section.
Yep, exactly.
Because I vividly remember going, man, I can hear his lips moving on the pan flute. And I was like, it's interesting because he always seems just on the cusp of out of breath.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, so it seems like the note is just barely able to get by. And to me, it was such a perfect moment for that, because you don't want this cutting pan flute that's just like super confident, because the moment is somber. The moment feels subdued and reserved. And so to have the pan flute almost like squeaking out, like just the, like, I only have the energy for this note. And it's like, can you do the next one? He's like, maybe. And he does it. He's like, I couldn't do another one, but then he does it.
Yeah.
It's just like, there's such a great moment. And I really felt like there were so many moments of that frailty, in whether it was in the lyrics, in the vocal delivery, in the emotion at the end of it. When you hear him screaming, and it almost sounds like his soul, it's like, man, it's like he's hurting. Or maybe he's happy. Like I don't know the context of the song.
In some way.
Yeah, he's either so sad or so happy that he is like unable to deal with the emotion.
Yeah, literally, this song painted like the limit of the human experience, like down to the frailest like moments, and then it
To the most triumphant ones.
Exactly, kind of both dualities, but then having all the in between also.
Yeah, it was so regal. I love how the guitar at like 2 different points, specifically at the end, and I think like maybe 3 or 4 minutes before the end, they come across like trumpets. It almost seems like they're imitating like trumpets, like signaling somebody coming home or signaling the end of a journey, and like fanfare. It literally felt like fanfare. Like, oh my gosh, like this is celebratory.
Yeah.
And again, we'll probably not dive into lyrics for this now, but we'll do a video tomorrow. So this needs like another deep dive into it.
Yeah,
so this is kind of musically, but this is just so intense. I think we need more backstory. So follow us onto the video tomorrow. Make sure you're subscribed, notified of everything.
This is so much. I can't imagine writing this as a band. Like coming together with like this. It feels almost like epics of this caliber have to be almost like written individually, but I know a lot of times it is all of them coming together. I just don't get how
it's possible
you communicate on that plane. You have to be musically in such just
harmony,
a tier of your own, and then in that level of harmony.
Yeah.
I just don't. I don't know. Like, I feel like with my band, we're like, trying to play various covers, and it's like, oh no, you come in at this part, blah blah blah, or it's like, oh no, there's one more verse,
and it's already
before
created.
That comes in. Yeah, it's like, yeah. And it's usually speaking in terms of verses or like stops or whatever. And this, and even that, it feels hard to communicate sometimes. Different things.
Yeah, the section that confused me the most was that it like halfway through when it started doing that groove, it's 100% not in 4/4. I don't know what it's in, but it almost feels like a section of 4, a section of 3, a section of 4, 2 sections of 3.
Yeah,
and it's just so jagged and like uncomfortable. But yet the drums hold everything together. Where I'm just like, wow, this groove is so great.
And then even like conceptually, like again, we're gonna have that separate video diving into the concept and the lyrics, but the whole like supper's ready. It's as a band when you're communicating and coming up with these themes. How are you just like doing this in the group? Like this is so much. Like like let's do this. Where it's like, oh, like, hey, supper's ready. And then I just don't get thematically even how you all come together on this idea, this project, but. Props to Genesis, one way or another. They made it happen, and this is like the album closer.
Yeah.
Very cool, very impressive thing to have in the catalog, I think.
Yeah, this is great. So, like I said, we're going to dive right after this, probably listen to the song again, kind of pick it apart a little bit. We're going to do a video tomorrow, so if you're not subscribed, make sure you are. That way you can get notified when that drops. And then, come leave some comments down there so we can kind of get a perception of it too, but we're going to do our own research.
Yep, and if you watch this whole thing, make sure to fulfill your end of the deal. Do your due diligence. Subscribe, like the video, drop a comment. Pay your dues.
Wait, we gotta let the people who really made it have a good way of showing it. What should we have them say?
Some spin-off supper's ready.
Yeah.
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? Yeah, all right. Leave what's for dinner in the comments, and then we'll know. We're going to heart those messages because we know the real ones who stayed to the end. We love you guys. And the rest of you, not so much. Not Daddy's least favorite kid.
We'll say it's more conditional.
It's definitely more conditional. I would definitely have a beer with you. I wouldn't have a beer with them. They might not even be old enough to drink, honestly, with that kind of immaturity, that non-committal attitude.
Yeah, the other ones would be like, but Dad, you gave Jim beer when he was 14. I'm 15. Why can't I have beer? It's
Jim's
like,
not a bitch.
It's different.
Yeah.
It's different. You've shown that. He's shown that. It's like that's it.
All right, that's
So
fun.
what's for dinner?
Yeah,
See
what's
you
for dinner?
guys.
We'll see you down in the comments. Bye. Yeah, instead of a normal outro, I just want to say, again, this just was incredible. I think we're both on a little bit of a musical high from it. And, we get to listen to a lot of great music on here, but very few times do we get an actual high like this. So thank you again for joining the video and subscribing if you did. And we'll see you next one.